Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over. New worlds updates have arrived. We also have some new events that have been announced as well. Some rumors for Pokemon Legends EA and much more to cover. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over the latest Worlds 2024 updates for Pokemon. Of course, it is next weekend, so very, very close now. And hopefully we'll be getting some sort of news update during the closing ceremony or the opening ceremony or somewhere in between. Fingers are crossed. But either way, this is the first update. So we have Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the in-person distribution for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet at the World Championships has been revealed. You can get a Water Terra type Steenie at the event. So obviously the kind of world sort of mystery gift is the Sylveon that we're getting, and then if you're actually at Worlds this year in Hawaii, you will also be able to get a Water Terra type Steenie. In my opinion, the Sylveon is better, but this is still a really, really cool kind of commemorative Pokemon to get with like the OT and everything like that. It's a very, very unique kind of Pokemon that will only be available at Worlds. I don't think it's going to be like a distribution that you can get everywhere. I think you literally have to go there and get it in person. So that's the first update. The next update regarding Worlds 2024 is the music. So we have Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the soundtrack for the coming 2024 Pokemon World Championships is now available on Spotify, Amazon Music and other streaming platforms as well. And we just have some replies here as well as on iTunes, Apple Music. Yeah, it's there, just checked. I need it on Spotify. Obviously, it's on Spotify as well. And then there's two songs above it as well. The two songs before it are the ones that have been used in regional championships the past 2 years too. Not sure if we should look too much into that just yet. So yeah, if you want to go and take a look at what that kind of sounds like and stuff, then there you go. That is now available. So that's all of the world stuff. We do have some events to go over as well, which are a little bit worrisome in terms of Pokemon Presents, because these are the sort of things that do get announced at Pokemon Presents. And the first one is a new character coming to Pokemon Masters, and again, this would be something that would be revealed during the kind of mobile kind of portion of the presents, where they go over Masters, Go, Unite, everything like that. This is definitely something they would have dropped in that. But either way, we have Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the next Pokemon Masters EX event has been announced. It adds Arven and Mabostiff into the game, and it runs from August the 10th, 2024. So a couple of days until this is obviously around. Obviously, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting a Presents this week, which a lot of kind of leakers have said. So again, maybe we get one next week. I think it's very unlikely, just simply because we also have Worlds next week, and I think if they were going to drop anything big, it would be at Worlds. But at the same time, the whole promotional cycle for Pokemon at the moment is all over the place, so it really could be anything. But that was announced for Pokemon Masters, and as well as that, this is something else that is pretty big in terms of us not getting a Presents this month, and that is because Suicune has been shadow dropped, or the announcement of Suicune has been shadow dropped last night. Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the next Pokemon Sleep event has been officially announced. Suicune will be available in September 2024. And of course, if you think back to the last Pokemon Presents, that is when Raikou was announced. So I think Raikou was announced obviously during the Presents. Obviously Entei was announced outside of a Presents, but I feel like this would definitely be something that would also be announced during a Present. So again, it's just another kind of thing which is against the idea of a Pokemon Presents. And not only that, we also have Amy at Japan, who obviously track record has taken a bit of a hit now, because they were the original kind of source for saying that we were going to be getting an August 8th Presents, which obviously has not happened. And they are now actually saying, you know, there is a possibility that the information will not be released until the World Championships. And they posted this on the 6th of August. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get Presents this week. And it now looks like the next bit of information will actually be at Worlds next weekend. So will we get a Legends EA trailer at Worlds? I hope so. Obviously we all do, but I think it's more going to be about Pokemon Pocket, because we already know there's going to be a demo at Pocket. There's apparently also going to be some news about Pocket as well at Worlds. I don't know if that's been officially announced yet, or if that's just like kind of rumors and whatnot. But yeah, the fact that we are now no longer getting a Presents this week does obviously hurt this person's track record. So obviously, really, really unfortunate. We were already really hoping for a Pokemon Presents this week, but, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes things change, but I feel like they wouldn't have changed like this quickly. So that's that. Again, very, very unlikely we're going to get Pokemon Presents now. Whether we get one, you know, next week, or the weekend, or the week after that, again, Worlds is next weekend. The week after is Gamescom. So, again, it's unlikely to get one next week or the week after, but who knows? They might do something crazy at Worlds and drop like loads of stuff. We'll have to wait and see. So that's all of that. Moving on, I did want to go over this rumor today, kind of covering some Legends EA stuff. This is apparently from Chinese forums and stuff. It was posted on 4chan on the 30th of July. Take it with a massive grain of salt as always. These do tend to be fake, but every now and again, a real one does slip through the cracks. But either way, we have this person here titling it saying, New Legends ZA leaks official, posted by Anonymous. And they stole these leaks from the Chinese forums that I saw buzzing in their community earlier. Sorry, but did the best I could from what I could make out. So obviously they've apparently translated it and stuff like that. The only red flag with this already is the fact that usually when some pretty big information drops on the Chinese forums, it's quickly posted onto like the Western kind of forums and everything like that, and it's not too long until we know about it. Obviously there was that kind of Chinese leaker ages ago that was leaking, you know, Generation 5 stuff and everything like that, and as soon as they started talking about that, it was straight over onto like the English kind of side of things. You know, Riddler Ku was talking about it as well. So again, if something like this were to kind of be dropped on the Chinese forums, it would quickly be posted on Twitter, and there'd been nothing about this on Twitter. So, as I say, take it with a grain of salt, probably fake, but let's see what's apparently happening. So, the partner Pokemon are going to be Chikorita, Tepig, and Poplio, which, again, 3 pretty random mons, to be fair. They don't really have any correlation with anything in regards to the kind of French themes. The only thing that this really has going for it is it's the Gen 257 situation that obviously we had in Legends Arceus. We had Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and Rowlet because it's Gen 257, so maybe they're going to follow that same theme. If they do follow that theme, then the next Legends game is very likely to have the other Gen 2, 5, and 7 starters, but I feel like in the reveal trailer they would just show that anyway for the next Legends game if we do get another one. Again, this is also something that could get revealed at Worlds, you know, the starters. It is something pretty big, and it would be pretty hype as well, so maybe that's something they show. Who knows? I don't really know. We'll have to see what happens at Worlds this year, but I think they're gonna just more so be, I guess, more bothered about promoting TCG Pocket, because obviously that is coming out this year, and so I think they're going to have a pretty big segment about that. But obviously Legends EA is the big game that people are really, really bothered about, so I feel, I don't know, I'd just be so hype if they actually dropped it and presents, but again, it is looking more and more unlikely now. There's a Psychedelic Flower, a Beauty Pig, and a Violent Singer, so I don't know if that is the forms of these Pokemon, or I'm assuming so, because Psychedelic Flower would obviously be Meganium, Beauty Pig would be Emboar, and Violent Singer would be Primarina. So I'm assuming those are new like forms, just how we got the Hisuian forms for Typhlosion, Samurott, and Decidueye. Then goes on to say the Beauty Pig has a stove pattern, an exclusive Fire Fairy Pokemon. So Fire Fairy would be really cool for Emboar. I don't think we have a Fire Fairy yet off the top of my head. I can't think of any. So Fire Fairy, yeah, it's surprising as well, because obviously it's such an interesting typing that would you'd expect like a lot of Pokemon to be based on that typing, especially because it was introduced in Generation 6. It's had a few generations to have a Fire Fairy type. But yeah, either way, that's apparently going to be Emboar's typing. It doesn't actually talk about the other 2 starters. It then goes on to say there's a new legendary Pokemon and it's like Celesteela. So I don't know if that is, I don't know if that's in terms of design or typing or what, but apparently it's going to be like Celesteela. They've used a shiny Celesteela here as well, so I don't know if that has any indication about it. There's Mega Evolution, obviously returns, but there's no new Mega Pokemon. That would be obviously really dumb. I don't think they would introduce Mega Evolutions back to have no new Mega Evolutions. Obviously, we've had it before with Generation 7, you know, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. We had Mega Evolutions return, but no new Mega Evolutions. But because we're going back to Kalos, it's a little bit different. It is the gimmick of the region, and it makes sense for us to get, obviously, brand new Mega Evolutions. They then go on to say any Pokemon can Mega Evolve, so again, very, very unlikely to be the case. I don't know why they would do that. It would just go completely against the gimmick, and it would take way too much. Unless, like, the Pokedex was really, really small, If there was like 100 Pokemon and they could all Mega Evolve, then maybe. But dude, how pissed would people be if there was only like 100 Pokemon in this game? It just doesn't seem like the case. And yeah, Mega Evolution, it's not going to be a gimmick that everything can use. It'd take way too long to make a Mega Evolution for every single like fully evolved Pokemon, unless the roster was really, really small. Generic Aura boost for Pokemon. They do not have a designed Mega. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. So they're not actually getting like a new design, but they're getting like a new Aura boost. So maybe they get like just a boost in stats or something like that. And yeah, they just get an aura around them, and maybe the actual Mega Evolved Pokemon then get the aura plus the design change and stuff like that. So that would be a different kind of take. We haven't really thought about that too much. Like maybe they actually change Mega Evolution in this game. You know, it could always be in a different kind of universe and stuff like that. You know, we've had loads of kind of multiverse sort of things in Pokemon lately, especially with the Paradox forms. So maybe it is in a different kind of like universe, and maybe Mega Evolution in that universe has every Pokemon being able to do it, but it's different in the fact that everyone gets an aura. I don't think that'd be the case, because obviously we just had terrestrialization, and that's kind of the same thing. But either way, it'd be a different way to kind of look at it. There's a Chunky Professor spin on Professor Sycamore. So again, that I'm assuming this would take place relatively close to the present X and Y game, seeing as Sycamore would still be in the game. There's new city Pokemon similar to past Pokemon, so Zurat and Golrat. So I don't know if that's supposed to be a regional form of Zubat and Golbat that turns them into rats, but I don't really know. Terrible naming choice in my opinion. There's also new city Pokemon forms for Nidoking and Nidoqueen, which are like chess pieces. I'm still surprised that Nidoking and Nidoqueen haven't had new forms yet. You know, with Mega Evolution, Gigantamax forms, and everything like that we've had, I am surprised that they haven't had it, because they are two pretty, I don't know, I feel like they're Pokemon that would be easily capable of getting any kind of gimmick. I don't know, they just seem a little bit different, especially because they're that king and queen kind of thing. Especially we've had regions with royalty as well, like Galar, obviously there's royal family there. There's royals in different regions that we've kind of visited, and Nidoking and Nidoqueen have never had that kind of spin on them. So very interesting. Maybe they do get something in this game. Wild boss Mega Pokemon tame them to revert them. So yeah, you'd have Pokemon kind of rampaging through the city maybe, or rampaging through certain locations, and you have to kind of like quell them and calm them down by defeating them. Again, I hope that is the case. I hope that there are kind of boss Pokemon that we have to fight, just like we had in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I really like that kind of spin on the kind of bosses and stuff like that. There's also helper Pokemon as well. So there's rider Pokemon, but they're different. Lucario is important for aura detecting bosses. So yeah, so the helper Pokemon are like rider Pokemon, so maybe we don't have them all the time, but maybe it's a situation where, like in X and Y, to get to Chargestone Cave, I think, not Chargestone Cave, the other one, but you have to ride on the Rhyhorn, obviously, to get there. So maybe it's like that. You know, you can ride like Skidoo and stuff to get to like different locations, but you don't actually own them, and you can't do that whenever you want. It's just in certain locations. Go-Go and Noivern riders, new Conkeldurr form helper. So a new Conkeldurr, I mean, yeah, I could see a regional form for it. I don't think it really needs one, but I could see it. And then, yeah, Go-Go and Noivern, they are two of the kind of rideable Pokemon you'd expect to see in this game. I can't really think of any other Pokemon from Generation 6 that would kind of suit their sort of roles more than those two Pokemon. I don't know what this is supposed to... I'm assuming this is like the phenomena is blackening Lumiose region. Must craft Prism Tower to shine light over Lumiose region. So apparently there's a darkness taking over the city, and it's our job to create the Prism Tower to shine the light over this darkness. There's no sort of talk about Zygarde in this or anything like that, so I'm not sure if Zygarde is the darkness or Zygarde is the light or whatever. It says Pokemon World's focused trading card game this year. Which is actually true. You know, the focus does seem to be on the trading card game. You know, this was posted on the 30th of July, so before we knew about the demo, I think, and before we knew about the fact that there's probably going to be news at Worlds about the TCG Pocket. So again, they could easily have guessed that, but the fact that they obviously, you know, have gotten this right, it does help, I guess, a tiny bit. But yeah, apparently Pokemon World's trading card focus is the trading card game this year, and the partner Pokemon trailer is in September, which again could happen if we don't get any news about Legends EA this month. You'd like to think it's going to be next month, but the longer they hold it off, you feel like the longer it is that it's going to get released. You know, if the trailer comes out and not till like November, then it's probably going to have quite a later release date in 2025, because they're not going to drop the first official trailer if the game is coming out in like March. It just doesn't make sense because it's not very far away. But if they drop the trailer in November and the game comes out like, I don't know, next September, next October, then that kind of makes more sense, because then the next part of obviously the year or next year, they would obviously have more time to drop more trailers and stuff like that. So interesting that they got the TCG thing right, but either way, I still think it's fake, but let me know your thoughts on it. I do like the kind of spin on Mega Evolution with the different auras and stuff, but I really want new Mega Evolution, so I hope it's not true. So let me know your thoughts on that, and also let me know your thoughts on everything else as well. What do you think is going to get revealed at Worlds? Do you think the fact that they've revealed Bobostiff and Arven and also Suicune in Pokemon Sleep and Masters has anything to do with No Pokemon Presents? And then also, yeah, obviously we have Amy at Japan also saying, you know, it's not going to get released till Worlds now as well. But either way, it's everything from me. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like. Let's try and hit 500. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.